Good afternoon. Yes, another wonderful day in the Sid Valley. It's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those days. On Friday, I was down at the Market Square in Sidmouth doing the music for the late night shopping once a year on first week of December, first Friday in December. We have late night shopping, which is all pretty good. I've got to be honest with you. But I'll let this clip speak for itself, all right? It's a bit cold. Another day, we're out in the Market Square doing an outside broadcast. It is kin freezing. You have no idea how cold this is out here. Last year we did one and it was about -3, and I think we're about -50,000 at the moment. It is bloody cold. Got me dog though, she's arrived. My lovely Helen has brought her down. But it is a bit cold out here, I tell you. There you go. That was my little doggy and my new lovely wife. This is why I didn't make one last week, because I got married. 27th of November, there I was, a single man, and by the end of the day, I was 4 foot shorter. So head was completely missing, so I was married, which is rather nice. Or was it the 25th? Forgotten already, I don't know. Anyway, so it was a really nice day and thoroughly enjoyed it, and went up to the Harbour Hotel, which is just up the top of the hill there, and it was fantastic. The day was beautiful. You can't get a better day. And the lady in the video you just saw with the dog, that's Helen, that's the lady I've just got married to, and I'm a really happy man. It's one of those things, isn't it? You know, late in life, just about to start my pension, and you get married again. Despite the times you say, no, I'm never going to do this again. Oh, it's, yeah, never. Oh, this is my Pittsburgh Steelers shirt. Hang on, you can see this. Yeah, this is my Steelers shirt, which I bought many years ago. Where was it? Where did I buy that? Probably in Pittsburgh. Let me just adjust my camera. Yeah, I probably bought it in Pittsburgh. I used to go over about 8 times a year. I think that was the record, probably about 3 times by the end. But it was fantastic. I went to Arizona. No, it can't have been 8 times. Probably about 5, I think. I went to the draft one year. That was 18 hours of my life. I'll never get back. I was standing in a queue from 4 o'clock in the morning with 2 guys behind me who obviously dealt with horses. Fred Quilly, I tell you, has got nothing on these people. I was just standing there in this queue for the tickets, and all of a sudden it's like, what's that smell? And it's like, can you smell horses? And Les, the guy I'm with, was like, and there they were. So I'm still not happy with that camera. Let me just change it slightly. There we go. So yes, it was a very poo-whiffy time. Anyway, we got the tickets round about 6:30, and then we had to queue again to get in. Well, you get given one ticket. I don't know if you've ever been to the hall in New York. That's Carnegie Hall, is it? A big place. So that's where the draft happens. So you queue to get in through the door, and then they give you a ticket, and then you go to the entrance and you get another ticket. So you've got a queue all the time. And eventually you get in there about 9 o'clock. But because they had trouble with the Eagles fans last year, or the year before, I went in '99, so there was no alcohol. It was like, oh. So I had to sit there all day with nothing but hot dogs, which was not a nice thing. It was, and we eventually came out after the first day, went back to the hotel. Now this hotel was tiny. The beds were, I don't know, 2'6", and there was 2 of them in this room with about 8 to 10 inches down the middle. It was expensive and full of students from other countries who had come over. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We walked all the way back from Battery Park. You know, in the film Men in Black, they go into the Battery Park by the bottom of Manhattan Island, and we walked back from there. And when we got back, this lady said, "You walked back? What on earth were you doing?" Because we end up going through through a Chinatown, and there's only signs in Chinese. There's no English at all. And at that point, people were staring at you, and it's like, must be tourists. And then you get to a crossroads, and on the other side of the street, everything's in Yiddish. I mean, there's no English again. It's like one neighbourhood to another. Anyway, I think I've told you about that in a previous video. So, yeah, I used to go and watch the Steelers all the time. When it was Three Rivers Stadium, went up there loads of times. And I've been to Miami, was my first game. And then I went to Baltimore, and I've been to, where else have I been? Arizona for the weekend. Oh, that was amazing. Flew out on the Thursday. I think was it? Yeah, something like that. Flew out on the Thursday, got there on the Friday morning, got picked up by my mates. And so there I was, sitting in the pool at 10 o'clock at night in my swim trunks. And I was thinking, it's 6 o'clock in the morning in the UK. So I've been slurping all evening and sort of sitting in this pool thinking, my God, this is amazing. So there I was sitting in this pool, enjoying myself to vast quantities of American beer, because it's pretty weak. So I've got my dog here now. Who's that? Yeah, shh, there's a good girl. Spent Saturday going up a place called Superstition Mountain with a horse which didn't want to go the route I was. We'll go the dangerous route. Oh yeah, we'll do that. And we went up this little rocky outcrop. Of course, the horse just goes around in a circle and comes back. But we went up the main route. I think it cost us about $100, you know, with tips and everything each. But it was fantastic. We were out all day. And it was just absolutely amazing, looking down from the top of this mountain, or near the top. And our guide, Billy, had a pistol. He was a pistol carrying guy. And he said, "What's this for if we don't give you enough money?" He says, "No, it's to shoot the horse. So if the horse falls and breaks its leg, that's it." Which is fair enough. I was just thinking, hope I don't break my leg. Yep. Anyway, so when you're up looking down into the Arizona desert, all you see is these metal caravans everywhere. I mean, you see on the old cowboy films that the desert's empty and desolate, and you know, but this, no. It's just full of caravans, or trailers as you like to call them out in the States. And there's like communities of these metal cylinders of caravans everywhere. Anyway, thoroughly enjoyable. This is where you're driving along the main road, and then all of a sudden the main road stops, and it's a dirt track. And then, I don't know, a mile down the road, there's the road again. You can see it, but there's this dirt track, and it's an Indian reservation in Arizona, and they have gambling there. Not that I gamble, I can't stand gambling, but as you can, if you get invited in, go into there. But it's enjoyable, thoroughly enjoyable my time. Anyway, so Saturday was spent going up this mountain in Superstition Mountain, And Sunday we went to a tailgate party Saturday night. Some people we'd met. Oh, come along. Where we met a guy called Kyle, who was, yeah, he was really weird. He had those eyes which sort of said, "Don't sleep or I'll kill you," sort of eyes, you know, those. And he was like that all the time. Anyway, Carl's girlfriend was, yeah, really nice. But we went to this party and they had one of these 6-foot long hoagies. A hoagie is like a bread roll with lots of things in it. And you know what it's like if you go to Waitrose or Asda or whatever it is, and you get a bread roll and you open it up and there's like one slice of ham with a tomato in the middle with maybe one piece of lettuce. And that's, well, these things, they're almost at right angles because you can't get any more in it. It's just layers and layers and layers and layers of ham, cheese, pickles, salad. And these things are huge. They're probably about 6 inches wide, and then they're just packed full of food. And they're 36 inches long. And well, we'll cut them up. Oh, it's a whole meal in itself. And of course, you had a keg. They had one of these keg things, which was amazing. So yeah, it's just like you kept pouring yourself beer and it didn't go down. Ice cold, brilliant. I love Arizona. We then went to a party on Saturday night, and yeah, that was fantastic. You know, we would. Of course, there's an Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman. Me, Jim, and Les. Les being the Scotsman, Hootsman, and there we were sitting in this bar. Hey, it's an Englishman, a Scotsman, and an Irishman. We got lots of beers bought that night. It was great, and we ended up playing with the band and all sorts. It was great fun. And that's what every time that we went away on Steelers road trips, it was just like that. So there was one day we were in Baltimore. That's right, we went to see the Baltimore Ravens. I think it was their first game. And we were sitting there and everyone around us, there was just Steelers fans everywhere. Everywhere you went was black and gold. And I had my face painted half black, half yellow, as in Steelers colours. Did you notice today, or there's in the press, there's an Indian, not Washington Redskins, Kansas City Chiefs. There was a small 9-year-old who had a headdress on and half his face was black and half his face was red, which is the colours of the Kansas City Chiefs. And this guy was, racist! And it just, how dare you disrespect the Indian nation? He's Indian, he's a Native American. Of course, this guy who was calling him racist has had to swallow his own muck, shall we say. Yes, he's had to take a mouthful, really. They're suing him now. They're suing him for vast amounts of money for disrespect and whatever the word is, degradation or whatever. Anyway, so going back, so went to this party in Arizona, in this nightclub, absolutely amazing. And apparently we were talking to some police guys who came to see what was going on. Because it was a proper bar, you know, so there's a bar and we're just sitting outside, you know, just me and Les just sitting there chatting, and this police patrol car comes up and he says, "What's going on, guys?" And we're just saying, "Oh, you're from England, oh, great, you know, how do you think of American beer?" And it's like, it's all right, you know, you don't tell Americans to their face, especially if they've got a Colt 45 strapped to their belt, that their beer tastes like piss. But there we were just chatting. And the next time I went into Pittsburgh, the guy said, "We need to see you. What happened in Arizona?" "Nothing." "Well, it's on your record." "Nothing." We were talking to the police about beer. Anyway, so I had to get a B1, B2 visa after that, which is a bit weird because nothing happened. I'd own up to it if I'd done something, but didn't. It was just a good night. Anyway, went to the game. We beat the Cardinals, which was good. And then I flew back on the Monday, got back to work on the Tuesday. So that was the long story for the Arizona game. So Baltimore was brilliant as well. Sailed under Keys Bridge, which is apparently where the song, the Star Spangled Banner, Robert Keys wrote the song because they saw the fireworks and they saw the guns and the flags still in the... You go and listen to the song. Anyway, Robert Keys, Keys Bridge, Baltimore. That's where we got the history from. So there we are. So what else? Where else did we go on Steelers road trips? Been to Pittsburgh, obviously, many times. The first, I think it was just first time we were there, we were taken to a place called Woodson's. There used to be a cornerback, Woodson, who used to play for Steelers. Number 26, I've still got one of his shirts. And that's where we went. We went to Ross Park Mall and Woodson's, and occasionally we'd go to the Hooters place. Wonderful place, yeah. So we'd go to Hooters and look at the beer and the fishes in this fishing tank and stuff like that. Oh, my glass is coming off, it's getting steamed up. So we'd go to Hooters, but we wouldn't go anywhere else. And I had some friends from Pittsburgh, which we met in Miami. And they said, oh, come on down to Carson Street. There is a place called Pismanti Brothers, and it's amazing. It's over 10th Street Bridge, and it's just along the side, 19th and Carson Street. And I was going to walk home. It's about 3 miles back to the hotel. I'll walk. No, you can't walk. Why? Oh, well, you probably could. I got about, I don't know, a mile, and I saw a taxi and got home. And when I got back the next day, he said, oh, we all thought it was dangerous. No, it's north side. It's probably a bit weird now, but the south side's really nice, and went there many times. They do these Philadelphia cheesesteaks. Oh, if I ate meat, that's what I would eat. It was brilliant. So always enjoyed a bit of Philadelphia cheesesteak. It's Pismanti Brothers. And I met one of my friends there. He was playing O-Ring Jones and the Panthers. This is really great band. Yeah, Dave, brilliant guitarist. Anyway, Dave Shinone, his name is. Right, so Pittsburgh, amazing place. What else can I tell you? Went to see a few ice hockey games when we were there, and also went to see the Pittsburgh Pirates lose. And people say that cricket is boring until you've been to a baseball match. You know, everyone gets up at the 7th innings and stretches their legs and sits back down again. One thing I like is just beer everywhere. You know, beer man all over here. Brilliant stuff. So, yeah, I've been, I think, Arizona was the furthest I've gone, but been Miami, Baltimore, where else have I been? New York, yeah, all over the place. Brilliant stuff. A couple of years ago, 2007, I actually went to Miami to get my instrument rating for my flying. I've got an instrument rating on my pilot's license. And flew, I think I've told you in a previous video, flew up past up to Daytona Beach at night. Fantastic. Half of the country's lit up like just completely lit up, and then it's all dark over there, and you say, well, that's where the alligators are. You don't want to do a forced landing over there. Anyway, so there you go. That's my Steelers jumper. That's taken 15 minutes to talk about that. So anyway, back to Sidmouth. So I've been itching. I've got bites all over my head. So, anyway, so the next couple of days is going to be interesting. Sid Valley Radio broadcasting across the world, and we'll be doing that all up until Christmas. We've got some special Christmas shows lining up as well. We're going to do this show from Simon. Simon we recorded it in 2018, and we've been playing it ever since. It's Junior Choice, you know. My Boomerang Won't Come Back, and My Brother, and all those wonderful Ed Stew Pop tracks that you used to do on a Christmas morning. Do 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 do. You know. Hole in the Ground, there I was walking around. Anyway, sorry, yes, you're going to have to listen in on Christmas afternoon after the King's speech for that one. That's going to be a great show. Folkies have already recorded their Christmas show. I'll be there in the morning from 9 till 12 doing my normal show. Gavin's on after me. I shall have my bottle of champagne and a sausage sandwich with loads of brie on, all melted. That's my Christmas morning breakfast. Thoroughly enjoyable. And then, of course, New Year's, just down the road. We're off to a party on New Year's Eve. So I'm going to leave you with some footage of the local area. This is when I go up the hill and I look down the valley, and it is a beautiful place. Sidmouth is, in fact, one of the nicest places to live. Because we live by the sea, we don't get that cold. It's always gets the warm air from the sea. Anabatic and katabatic winds, they call it. But we do get, the Gulf Stream comes up and it keeps the place warm. A couple of degrees warmer than some of the other places inland. You go into Dartmoor, of course, and it's bloody cold and wet and miserable. As I mentioned, this is the 5th I'm recording this. It's on Thursday, it's going to piss down. So when you watch this on Friday, or when it goes live on Friday, it will have pissed down so much. And it rained last weekend. Oh my word. Absolutely pissed down. Let me just grab my phone for a second, because I think I gave you some wrong information. I think it was the 25th we got married. Where are we? December. Yeah, it was the 25th, not the 27th. The 27th was a Monday. I'm all in trouble now. I'm in the book. But getting my wedding wrong, I'm going to be in the book now. Guys, you know what it's like. The ladies sit there and you do something and I just go, uh-huh. And it's put in the mental book. And you no matter like 6 years later, they go, well, you remember that day you got something wrong? And it's like, oh, sorry. I can hear Helen shouting from upstairs going, it's the 25th, not the 27th. She's making noises up there now. Yes, I can feel her getting angry. Yes, she's summoned the volcano gods. Going to be thrown in. Look, see, even had my hair cut. Yep, even had my hair cut. So that's about it for today. Oh, my head's getting itchy, I'm sorry. Occasionally I've just got to scratch it. I've got dry scalp, that's what it is. I've got to go and give it another good old scrubbing. So until next time, I shall say goodbye and leave you with some footage of our wonderful area. Tally ho.